Hey guys, Wiki here. I'll be showing you my bullet shooter slash gunslinger skill build in this video. I'll briefly go over all the skills and give you a quick explanation why I did take certain skills. The first thing we have here is reload, which is your basic reload skill. Don't put any skill points into this. It's not really helpful, just keep it at rank 1. It's slow anyways, even if you level it up, it doesn't really speed up the animation. Just keep it at rank 1, it doesn't benefit you at all. The second skill we have here is lightning enchant. This one works pretty much the same as reload, but the main difference is that this one adds lightning bullets, which add a certain, or in most cases add a new effect, most likely a lightning dot, and some skills really benefit from having lightning bullets. If you really like using lightning bullets or mainly use them, you can choose to max the skill. I like using both regular and lightning bullets, so I kept the skill at level 1. But that's pretty much a personal choice. The next skill we have is fast reload. If you're PvPing, get the skill. If you're PvE only, you don't really need the skill. You have plenty of time to reload. For PvP, this is pretty much a lifesaver. If you find yourself in the middle of a battle and you don't have time to use a lightning enchant or a normal reload, this one is almost instantly reloading your magazine, which is... It basically gives you another full magazine, and if you can't finish the round with another magazine, then you're doing something wrong, really. This is pretty much all you need, at least for one round. It has a very long cooldown, so don't simply use it whenever you ran out of ammo because you're too lazy to reload. But it can really save your ass in certain situations. The first damaging skill we have is this class skill, it's Thunder Rain. I did choose to max the skill mainly because I'm also a PvE player. I do stuff like survival and also extreme dungeons. This skill deals really high amounts of damage in PvE and also hurts quite a bit in PvP. The main problem is landing this skill in PvP is pretty difficult. There is this way, but it's not really reliable, and if you're too slow or something, the enemy might simply get away and you wasted a 120-second cooldown. So if you're PvPing only, keep the skill at level 1, it's perfectly fine there. Deep Sniper, I definitely would max this for both PvE and PvP. It's a good skill, it has a fairly decent cooldown, very low mana cost, high damage, and also applies a dot. The only downside is that it's a kneeling shot, but most of your shots are kneeling shots, so you have to get used to that anyway. It's really cool, it deals a good amount of damage, it can be used in a combo, it can be used as a finisher to apply the dot. And you can also try to simply snipe people, because it has a fairly cool range if you use regular bullets. It has several uses, you just have to find your own. The next skill is Buster Shot. This one is pretty much a personal choice. I like the dot effect this one has. If you don't like Buster Shot or Glacier Shot, it's pretty much the same for this. Keep this at level 1. I mainly took it for the dot reason. The damage is okay-ish, but it's very high randomness in this skill, so you don't really know how much damage you're actually going to deal. The dot is really cool, it adds another free 1k damage, which is really not bad actually. But that's pretty much the main reason I took the skill. If you don't like the skill, keep it at rank 1. We have Air Stinger here. This one is a pure utility skill and mostly a defensive one. These orbs simply work like an entity. It's similar to Scout Trap. Most projectiles and ranged attacks will simply be blocked, so you can actually try to hide behind this. It's also cool to block certain charges and dashes. People will always hit them, and it will stop them from landing the hit on you. You can actually blow up these orbs, and they don't even deal that low damage, but it's very difficult to land, and most of the people won't walk right into them, so I don't think it's worth putting more skill points into this. Hide, it's very debatable, but I took the skill mainly for intrusion reasons. I like to intrude a lot, and without a doubt, it's also probably one of the most effective counters if you're fighting another gunslinger which is using hide in the arena, so you simply hide as well, and either they are forced to use a skill right away, or you're just moving around invisible and waiting for them to appear again. Sky Kick, I really love Sky Kick. This skill is really cool, it has a low cooldown, it deals high damage. It can be used as a combo opener, it's a combo connector, it's even a pickup skill, so you can ground people and catch them off the guard. You can also use it like that, just pick them up. It's a really cool skill, it has a very good amount of damage, low cooldown. Definitely max the skill. Some people like to keep it at rank 8 because the launch height is already good enough. I would max the skill, the damage is really cool, and if you get the use to it, the skill is really useful in most situations. Glacial Shot, like I said, it's pretty much the same as Buster Shot. If you don't like the skill in general, keep it at rank 1. I've had some skill points left over, so I put them into this skill. The chance to freeze an enemy is random, so you never really know which of the bullets will freeze. This one froze. Let's see, this one didn't. This one did as well. That's probably the best situation if you can freeze with the third shot. It will allow you to, let's see if I can get it again. Nope. One more try. Well, what I was trying to say, if you can get the last hit to freeze the enemy, you can actually chain it up with just like Deep Sniper or anything else. But it's too much random for me, so I did not really put any more skill points into this. Electric Shot or Alex Shot is probably... This skill is only really effective if you're using Lightning Enchant. Using normal bullets, it doesn't really stun very long. The AoE on the ground is really clumsy. It doesn't really any damage. So if you use Lightning or Electric Shot, make sure you have Lightning bullets on. It deals very high damage this way. As you can see, the AoE pulsates very frequently. And it's probably one of your best opening skills you have. You can easily just chain it off with Gun Crash, and then even Limiter or something else. If you're PvE only, or if you happen to use regular bullets only, just keep the skill at level 1. But in case you use Lightning Enchant, definitely get the skill up, it's really worth it. Rising Circle is a skill that has both offensive and defensive properties. As you can see, it grants a short iframe at the start and also semi-super armor, which is... it can be used to block certain skills. It's also cool if people come charging at you or something is thrown or shooting at you. You can actually try to evade skills with that. The main reason or the main way to use this skill though is offensively. It deals really high amount of damage if you can manage to land all the bullets. And that's pretty much done in a simple way. If you launch the enemy up in the air like this, using Sky Kick, you can just walk up to them and blast it. That didn't hit all. Let's see. This one, it's not really that hard. It's a bit of practice, but it's fairly easy to land all of the bullets, as you can see, and it is really high amounts of damage. It has a very low cooldown for this. It's a really cool skill, definitely max for PvP. Piercing Shotgun is a skill which actually has 2 stages. The first stage are these 2 kicks, which are also cancelable. These 2 kicks grant you super armor, which is really cool. It can be used to break several skills of enemies. It also can be used to prevent getting stunned or knocked around. And if you keep the mouse button hold down, you will kneel down and fire a volley, which is the actual shotgun skill. It's a really cool skill. It has a low cooldown. It deals a lot of damage. There are several ways to use it in a combo. The main way I use the skill is like this. Let's see. Arch step kick and then simply use piercing shotgun. This is probably the main way I use the skill. It's an easy combo, actually, it's not too difficult. That's the main way I use the skill. Definitely max. Mental Break Shot, well, it's your only true guard breaking skill you have. It has a hefty cooldown, no doubt, but it also deals a good amount of damage. As you can see, it hits 3 times. It also applies a lightning dot, even if you use regular bullets, which is really cool. And definitely get this at least rank 1, but I recommend maxing it. It deals a good amount of damage, even though it has a long cooldown. Limited Shot is probably your most damaging skill. Even though the bullets flying rather slow, this skill can easily be chained up if you're using Lightning Enchant. You can use the combo, this Gun Crash into it, and then the full Limited Shot, which deals a lot of damage. Another cool thing is you can use it in mid-air like this, and it spreads out fairly wide, so you can actually use it at a ranged enemy and they will be forced to move or block or anything. Definitely get the skill up, especially for PvE and PvP. Shotgun skill, I'll definitely get at rank 1. If you don't like the skill all too much, keep it at rank 1. I like the skill actually, it deals a good amount of damage. Especially using lightning bullets, you fire 7 times, which is really cool. And like I said, I personally like the skill. It has a fairly long cooldown for PvP, so you will only be able to use it once per round. But it's really cool actually, it deals a good amount of damage. And using lightning enchant, you have a chance to apply a dot, which is also really cool. And let's see if I can get to proc it. You can also use like blow kick after this. There we go, the 190 is a passive, and the 140 you've seen popping out was the lightning dart, as you can see here. The next skill is Evasion shotgun. Also another skill I would definitely max. It has a high burst potential. The problem about this skill is landing all of the hits is pretty much impossible unless the enemy is facing against the wall. If you're doing it like this, I would recommend using the first 2 shots only. Maybe the next 2, because the 5th one will always miss, as you can see here. Let's see if it comes closer to the middle. Using lightning enchant, all these 6 explode, and it's most likely that it will hit more of the bullets, so it's recommended to use lightning enchant. As you can see here, the last one didn't even connect 1 hit, so I would never use all of the hits unless you know the enemy is coming closer to you, having super armor or something on. What's cool about this skill is you have full control, so you can move around actually using this backhand spring. You can even use it to get closer to the enemy, so like this you can turn around and just pop around like this. It also grants you an iframe at the start, so you can dodge dashes and range skills with it. It's a really useful skill, definitely max it. That's it pretty much for the action skills. As for the command skills, Bullet Amp only increases your auto hit damage, meaning only these shots. Let's see. And I don't find myself using auto attacks all too much. If you find yourself using auto attacks a lot, you can max the skill. I don't, so I kept it at level 1. Then we have, those are all normal skills. Blow kick. I accidentally leveled it to rank 4 for some reason. Rank 3 is enough. The skill it looks kind of cool, kind of flashy, but it's not really useful, and the damage is rather low. The reason you will want to take it to rank 3 though is because of the second skill, this one. Spin kick combination will be unlocked if you level up blow kick to rank 3. And spin kick combination is actually quite useful. It grants you super armor. It also picks up people from the ground. It deals a fairly good amount of damage. It can be used as a gap closer. It has several uses. Definitely get it to rank 3 so you unlock spin kick combination. The next skill we have crouch, which is a basic hunter skill. For any hunter, if you're PvPing, definitely get crouch. It has almost no cooldown if you max it. It doesn't cost any mana. It grants you complete immunity against ranged attacks. The startup animation also grants you an iframe, which allows you to block melee attacks. And you can easily pop up if you use crouch. You can immediately follow up with a sky kick or even trigger happy. Or you can simply hold on left mouse button and you will simply stand up and fire right away. It's a really useful skill, make sure you get used to it. Gun Smash is your basic shotgun blast. It's a utility skill in my opinion. You can use it after sky kick to avoid the idle delay. As you can see, if you don't use Gun Smash to sky kick, you have some sort of 1 second idle delay, you can't really act. But if you use Gun Smash, you can right away fire any skill. Like this, and you can easily connect other skills. The cool thing about this skill is it grants you an iframe, and if you hold it down, you will actually kneel down, you can move your camera and turn it around. You cannot dash during this skill, so you will have to fire it. But the animation is actually quite fast, so you can easily pick off people and catch them off guard if they don't expect this. Another cool thing to know is if you don't act after this skill, he does some sort of dance taunt animation, which is funny, but it doesn't really serve any purpose. But it's a cool thing to know. The next thing we have Gun Crash. I did spend a few points in it because simply I like the skill and the dart is actually really cool. This is your grab. It's not like the other hunter grabs, but it's really cool. It takes a while to get used to the dash especially, but this skill, it's basically the best way to chain this skill up is using electric shot, just moving up, and using Gun Crash. Using lightning enchant, it also applies a dot, which is really cool. As you can see, the 90 damage that which takes is really, really powerful. It takes 10 seconds, which is really not that bad. If you don't find yourself using this skill all too often or only in rare situations, keep it at rank 1. Like I said, I use this skill really often, so I put some skill points into it. Dodge shot, this is arguably, I like the skill a lot, especially as a combo starter. If you don't like the skill all too much or only use it in a combo to pick up or something like this and fire some skills away and then pick them up, that's your choice. I pretty much open a lot of fights with that, and it deals a good amount of damage. It hits 3 times. It's a good way to catch people off guard, especially after double dash and stuff like that. If you don't like the skill, keep it at rank 1. If you find yourself using it a lot, I would definitely max the skill. Arc Step Cake is another melee hit you're getting, which is actually really cool. It has an iframe on it, the first few seconds. What's really cool about the skill is that it allows you to use spin kick combination afterwards, which is way better than using it with blow kick like this. This one is way more effective if you ask me, and using arc step spin kick you can actually also gap close a little bit if you turn your camera sideways. It's a really cool skill, definitely get it to rank 1. There's a small combo you can use, something like this. Let's see. It's pretty much a melee hit combo you can do. And you can also try to do that. That was a bit too slow. But it has several. This one should work, yeah. It's a really easy combo, it's a neat combo which allows you to do 3 skills on it. And if you get the hang of it, it's really cool and really easy to pull off. The next skill we have is Smash Upper, which follows up with Trigger Happy. This skill looks really badass. It's cool, no doubt, but I haven't found any real way to continue the combo safely afterwards. So there is this way to use it, but like I said, this is where your combo will always end. So I don't think this is worth maxing unless you find a real secure way to put it in a combo, especially as a finishing move. Because you don't have the choice, you don't have any chance to continue your combo afterwards, because no matter what, your delay is too long and the enemy will able to use rising attack or even just use evasive roll and get away. Double dash is simply a double dash which allows you to do a secondary dash. You can also change direction, you can double dash to the front or to the front and sideways. It's a cool way to confuse enemies. You can just like dash away from them, do a sideways dash, and then even use dodge shot. It's a neat skill, definitely get it, and there's not really much to say about the skill. Make sure you use it a lot. And you can also use double dash in combination with dodge shot if you, for example, need to gain some distance. You can use it like this if you turn away. It's a really cool skill, fairly decent cooldown. Tactical dash allows you to redirect your skill position if you're using stuff like this, or if you're using, let's see, if you're using mental break shot or deep sniper. It allows you to reposition yourself, and it can be used defensively if you're getting knocked off or if you're about to get hit, you can roll out of the way. Or you can try to gap close. If the enemy is too far away, you can dash frontal and just try to snipe him then. A cool thing to know is that the second bullet of both Buster and Glacial Shot will not consume your dashes. Let's see. If I kneel down and dash with the first one, it will use Tactical Dash. The second one won't do anything. And the third one will actually use my double dash. So if you fire the first bullet, then dash, and then fire again, you will not have any dashes wasted, which is pretty cool. It's a cool thing to know. Air Expertise is pretty much a double jump. It's a cool skill, definitely get it. It allows you to get some room, especially if you have someone chasing you. There are some neat little tricks like this. You can jump above them and then use limited jump even after, but this is just play and it's not anything serious actually. So I would not recommend playing around too much with it. I mostly use it defensively or to get away from something. That sums it up pretty much for the command skills. For the passives, I obviously took Thunderstorm because I maxed Thunder Rain for PvE. It really increases your damage. I would definitely get it if you max Thunder Rain anyway. Surely get this passive, it's really cool and really worth it. Gun masteries, they overall increase your damage and range. There's obvious, just get them. Maximum bullet increases your maximum bullet cap, which prevents you from constantly reloading. It also allows you to use more lightning bullets to shave off the cooldown, even if you have it at rank 1. Make sure you get this max as well. I have a +2 due to my health set, but that's optional. The next skill is range mastery. It does not increase your range significantly, but it does give you a good amount of strength, which is damage. So make sure to get this one. Sharpshooter bullet I would definitely get it if you're PvPing. Even though it only has an 8% chance, you have so many shotgun skills like piercing shotgun. There we go. This one is actually a lightning one. Let's see with normal bullets. There we have the dot already on. It's most likely that he will apply the dot with limited shot as well, or evasive shotgun, or even rising circle. What's a good thing, what many people don't know, that you can actually apply the dart using melee attacks. Oh, it already applied, as you can see. That does also count for stuff like evasive attack and such, so I would definitely get the skill if you're PvPing, it's really worth it. Speed mastery, if you like movement speed, I would max the skill. I would definitely take it at least rank 1, it also grants you 4 movement speed at rank 1. I would get the skill even if you don't max it, rank 1 is also good enough. And for the last skill I have max HP increase, which is pretty obvious. If you're PvPing, you will want as much SP as you can possibly get. If you're PvE only, you can probably skip this skill, but you have enough skill points with a Gunslinger, so I would definitely take this passive as well. Some people have asked me if I'm using mana passive. As you can see, I don't have mana passive here. I never really ran out of mana in the arena yet. I don't really have so much mana problems like with my ranger in this class. If you happen to find yourself running out of mana, you can actually put a couple points into the mana passive, or if you can afford it, just try to get perfect accessories, because they also give you a couple intelligence points, which will boost your mana pool as well. Or simply experiment around and fix your mana with a couple points into the mana passive. That's pretty much it for the build. That sums it all up. If you have any questions, if I have forgotten anything, or if you want to know anything, just feel free to comment. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. And if you want, check out my YouTube channel, and I have PvP and combo videos up as well, so you might check them out as well. Thanks for watching.